Hey Vibe Tribe, welcome to a new video. Let's talk about something most people avoid: isolation. Not the nobody likes me kind, not the punishment, but the sacred pause. The kind of isolation that's intentional, healing, and restorative. The kind that saved my nervous system when it was on the verge of collapse. Today, I want to share with you how I use isolation as a tool to reset, rebuild, and regulate. Not just my mind, but my body and my soul. Because sometimes the loudest healing happens in silence. Let's get into the video.
I gave you all the love I got. I gave you more than I could give. Gave you love. Call me when you need some. Call me when I gave you all the.
There was a time when my body would not stop shaking. My thoughts were in a loop. My chest was tight. I wasn't sleeping. I wasn't eating right. I was living in a constant survival mode, even though the danger was long gone. The relationship was over, but the trauma, it was still living in my nervous system. And no amount of self-help books, podcasts, or positive affirmations were working because my environment was still too loud, too draining, too full of other people's opinions and needs. So I chose something radical. I chose myself. I chose isolation and I chose stillness. I shut all that shit down. Social media, outside opinions, the need to be available to everybody but me. Now, let me be clear. This wasn't loneliness. This wasn't depression. This was me saying, I need to hear me again. I need to feel safe again. For the first time, I didn't go out and distract myself. I didn't vent to friends who didn't understand. I didn't look for a new man to soothe old wounds. I went inward. And in that space, I found quiet, safety, and my nervous system began to soften. Because your body never fully heals in a space that it doesn't feel safe. And sometimes the safest place you can find is the one where no one else is present but you and your breath. When I chose isolation, I didn't just shut myself down, shut myself in a room away from everybody. I was very, very intentional about this time and this space. I want to share with you what I did during this sacred isolation period to reset my nervous system. First, I started with daily breath work and body check-ins, like a body scan, to be sure that I wasn't holding any tension. Every morning I would sit in silence, even if it was just for 5 minutes. Hand on heart, hand on belly, and just breathe. Inhaling for 4 seconds, holding for 4 seconds, and exhaling for 6. I wasn't really trying to fix anything. Just feel and just be. Next, I did a nervous system journaling. I stopped journaling about drama and started journaling about safety. Every entry started with something like, what does my body need today? Where do I feel tension? What would safety feel like for me right now? This gave my nervous system language for what it never had words for before. Also during this time, I focused on nourishment and nervous system foods. I cooked real foods, warm grounding meals, think soups, herbal teas, root vegetables. I limited caffeine, sugar, and anything that made my anxiety spike. Because healing isn't just emotional. A lot of times it's physical too. I also included sound healing and silence. Some days I played high frequency music. Other days I chose full silence. And on my really up days, I played my affirmation playlist to ensure that I kept my vibe high. Next up, I took nature walks. No phone, no nothing. Just me and the sounds of the birds, the sounds of the leaves blowing, or the sounds of my feet on the pavement. Every day, I went outside. I walked without music, without calls, just presence, letting the earth regulate what trauma had dysregulated for me. Last but not least, I started saying no without explaining. I stopped answering calls that drained me. I stopped explaining why I wasn't available. I gave full permission to heal privately, quick funny story, you guys. If you follow my vlogs, I don't know if I've said it on this channel or not, but I definitely have mentioned it in my blogs. When I got pregnant with my daughter, it sent me into a catalyst of healing. When I tell you guys, isolation was a tool. I got pregnant right before COVID, you guys. So I was full pregnant during this time. I hid out. Majority of my family didn't even know I was pregnant. So when I say I definitely healed, I jumped into that healing and I jumped into that isolation ASAP. So let's talk about what shifted for me during this time. When I gave myself space to breathe, I finally stopped feeling like I was chasing healing and I started to embody it. I could sleep. I could think clearly. I didn't react to every trigger. My body no longer flinched at every loud noise or raised voice. I remember that healing isn't always about doing more. Sometimes it's about doing less and just being intentional with that. If this message resonated with you, if you're feeling overstimulated, overextended, overwhelmed, then I want to invite you to my healing community, Healing Her. It's a community for women like us, women who are breaking patterns, women who are resetting their nervous system and learning to choose peace over people pleasing. You do not have to do this alone, sis. We don't just heal, we restore, we regulate, we return to ourselves. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and please don't forget to like the video if this fed your soul. Again, if you're called to, click the link in the description area and join Healing Her. It launches June 1st. I cannot wait to join you guys on this journey. Until next time, love yourself, protect your energy, and deal with life's bullshit with grace and gratitude, girl. Love ya.
I keep trying.